Luke Taylor here with your Whale Sports video update and the hot news out of Seattle. The Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll announced he's going to stick with Matt Hasselbeck at quarterback despite his lackluster play the last few weeks and really this entire season. Of course, Matt Hasselbeck's been with the Hawks for 10 years, and that's what Coach Carroll cited. He said, he's been here a long time. He's been, trustworthy. He's not a terrible quarterback. We're going to stick with him. Well, I might disagree with that last statement because, in my mind, Hasselbeck's just not cutting it for the Hawks. And I was not on the Hasselbeck train 10 years ago. It's hard to believe 10 years ago when he first came to Seattle, I was all for putting Trent Dilfer in, which the Hawks did. They had to at sometimes because Hasselbeck was that bad. But, of course, he improved. He went to the Pro Bowl a few years, led the Hawks to that Super Bowl game that they should have won. 3 other division titles, and he's done a lot for the team. So I can see where Pete Carroll's coming from. You want to stick with your veterans, but at the same time, we're talking about a man who's 35 years old, who hasn't been the same since an injury 2 seasons ago. He's got a 73.1 quarterback rating, which is 29th in the league. That ranks him 29th out of 32 quarterbacks in the league. You know who's right below him? Brett Favre. 41-year-old Brett Favre, blown out ankle, blown out shoulder, just got blown out yesterday in the Monday night game, left with a concussion. That's where you end up if you hang around in this league too long. And not to be just ridiculous towards Matt Hasselbeck, but he's been hanging around these last couple of years. 17 interceptions for the 2nd season in a row, compared to just 12 touchdowns this season. Like I said, that quarterback rating is just abysmal. It's in the Ben Roethlisberger territory, if that means anything to anybody. And Pete Carroll says they're going to stick with him. And I guess he's right. Who else is he going to go to? Charlie Whitehurst? Maybe, but not right now. Hawks still have a chance to win the NFC West. It's hard to believe. They're 6-8, but if they can win their last 2 games, they win the NFC West. They go to the playoffs. No big deal. So I can see where Pete Carroll's coming from, but this all stems back from a few years ago. Hawks refused to use their high draft picks on drafting a quarterback. They drafted David Green late out of Georgia 4 years ago. He was a lefty, didn't pan out then. They should have used a higher draft pick. Think of all the guys who have come off the board that the Hawks have had a chance to get. Even just this past season, Colt McCoy, what's he doing in Cleveland? Doing a pretty good job. Tim Tebow just had 2 touchdowns in Denver. Not a huge Tim Tebow fan, but he was effective in his first start as a rookie. Hawks haven't used those top draft picks to get any of those type of quarterbacks, those star caliber quarterbacks, and now they're paying the price. Matt Hasselbeck's paying the price. He's taking his aching body back on the line. He's got to win the next 2 to go to the playoffs, and it's that simple. Could be the swan song of Matt Hasselbeck. His contract ends this season. So if you're a big Hasselbeck fan, it could be your last chance to watch him in a Seahawks uniform. And if you're not a Hasselbeck fan, hey, it could be like watching a train wreck.
Intercepted by Deshaun Goldson, 39-yard Niner touchdown.
That's all we got with your Whale Sports video update. I'm Luke Taylor.